On Larry King Now, Portlandians and polymaths, Carrie Brownstein and Fred Armisen.
Portlandia is our baby. It's the thing that I love the most. It's the thing I feel best about in my whole life.
If I were a guest on this show, what would you have me do?
I would do long hair.
Yes, long hair.
I've never seen you with long hair.
I think somebody that's living out in the woods with long hair. When I met him, he was wearing a little button with my face on it.
In my SNL office, I had one poster, and that was of them. One poster.
Plus, so if she came home and said to you, Fred, I met this guy, I'm crazy about him, you'd be happy.
I want her to be happy.
Would you be happy?
Carrie, I want you to be happy.
I want you to be happy.
I really, really do.
Come on, you two are a couple. Come on, stop this, stop this.
I'm enjoying this.
I am too.
All next on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now. With me today are the co-creators, co-writers, and co-stars of the hit comedy Portlandia, Carrie Brownstein and Fred Armisen. They each have a host of other pursuits as musicians and writers and comedians, and Fred, of course, owes a fraction of his fame to his impression of moi. Portlandia airs Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on IFC. It's currently in its 4th season. How did this all start? How did Portlandia start?
Fred and I, we were sort of in the same circles. We were both playing music, but he had started on SNL. And my band, which is called Slater-Kinney, he was a fan of. So we played a show in New York. He invited us to the SNL after party. And when I met him, he was wearing a little button with my face on it.
You were that kind of fan?
Yeah.
Oh, I was that kind of fan.
He was an ardent fan.
Yeah.
So we just hit it off. It's like,
In the band, did you play an instrument?
yeah, played guitar and I sang, but I mostly played guitar. So
What do you play?
I'm a drummer.
Oh, that's right. You drummed with the Blue Man Group, right?
Yeah. So most of my life I've been drumming.
So
I play a
was
little
the-
guitar.
Was this a love attraction?
It was a type of love attraction, which is a friend love attraction.
Yeah, it was platonic.
Really? And it stayed platonic all this time?
It did, yeah. But there was that crush element of meeting somebody new that you're really excited about.
When did you decide, hey, like Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney, let's do a show together?
Kind of, yeah.
Same way.
Because we knew we wanted to do something. And that felt like the most natural and fun thing to do. So that's a good analogy.
But you're both busy. You got SNL, you got a band. How did you find time to do all this?
We made time. I mean, we made it a priority, and it remains like that. We have to carve out, 5 or 6 months out of the year, and we look forward to it because we don't do it the whole year.
Are you from Portland?
Seattle.
Seattle. Are you from?
New York, Long Island.
Why did you pick Portland?
Well, she currently lives in Portland, and when we met, she was living in Portland.
So why did you pick Portland as the show?
It seemed like the natural,
Portlandia.
it was like the natural framework. Like every video we did, every sketch that we did, really needed the whole framework of Portland. Very
Needed to be Oregon.
It really did. And we just found ourselves depending on the city to shoot these pieces, and then after a while we thought, well, let's just shoot them all here.
Fantastic. That's
Thanks.
very funny, great stuff. How much is planned?
More and more, it's actually scripted. I think it helps us to feel freer within the sketch if we actually build an infrastructure. So, we have sketch scripts, but we improvise the dialogue.
Do people think you're a couple?
Sure.
Outside people, they must think it by now.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. Oh, they'll suggest it. They'll say,
You guys should get married.
you guys should, yeah.
Which would be awkward.
You have a lot of guest stars?
Yeah. We don't mean to, but
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Oh.
what do you mean?
because sometimes we start, we're like, we don't want that many guest stars. Let's just do this show and see what happens. And then little by little, we think, oh, you know who'd be great for this? And then it sort of snowballs into
When do you shoot?
We shoot in the summers, which is why the show has a dreamy quality, because Portland's only sunny.
So you shoot the whole season in the summer?
Yeah. And the budget isn't very high, so we have to use good use of time. We have to shoot very early.
And you're the band leader on Seth Meyers' show, right?
Yeah.
So what
I'm not there
happens-
tonight.
I know. And what happens to you in the summer?
We have a sub. Someone fills in, and
So they allow you to do extra.
oh yeah. They knew it was all coming up. It was.
If I were a guest on this show, what would you have me do? It's an example.
I say I would do long hair.
Yes, long hair.
I've
would be
never
good.
seen you with long hair.
I think somebody that's living out in the woods with long hair.
In the
Yeah.
woods.
Yeah.
Are
Yes.
there woods outside of
Yeah,
Portland?
absolutely.
It's a lot, yeah.
So I could be in the woods with long hair, sort of like a hippie.
Yeah, with your fingernails grown out.
Yeah, and like, whatever happened to Haight-Ashbury, and
Yeah.
why am I here in Portland?
Yeah, a bit of that. Maybe no glasses, because what we'd want is we want people to watch it and go, I think that's Larry King. I think no, that's not him. That's him. That's totally him. And also, this way you could be out of your element too.
I like it.
Yeah.
Coming up, who does a better impression of me, Fred or me? We'll set the record straight after the break.
Constantly, Fred Armisen just has my number. Fred
He
Armisen.
makes you laugh with hello.
Hello, yeah, constantly. When we do the Californians, that sketch,
Yeah.
he constantly won't. He'll never say a line with the same inflection. So on air, he's just going, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Like, wait a minute. Like he just does this thing that he knows. I'm a very soft touch.
Were you?
That's true, except it's the other way around. He tries to make me laugh. He never did the same and did it the same way.
So that's a switch he was doing.
He just always makes me laugh.
He's funny.
And in
His
that
face
sketch,
is funny, right?
and in that sketch, he was purposely trying to make me laugh all the time, and it worked.
The impersonation of me, how did that start?
It's one of those lucky things at SNL where they just give it to you. You look at a script, you go, "Oh, I'm Larry King." Great.
So how did you find my voice?
I usually just try from looking at photographs. So I'd look at pictures of you, and I saw that sometimes you did this, and then just when you got into things, just to sort
It's
of
more the mannerism, right, than the voice.
So I just went from there, and then there's also makeup, and they sort of the script that it's very much like.
You were on my last show on CNN.
Yes, I was.
I understand you're working on an impersonation of Bill Maher.
Yeah.
How does anyone do Bill Maher?
Oh, he's got a, sometimes you got a picture, he's got like a boulder on his shoulder, and he's trying to, and all the Republicans and the religion, and just the kind of, that.
Very, very
Thank
good.
you.
You're very good, Fred. How did that start, impersonating? And did you do it as a kid?
Yeah, I did it as a kid. I think it made my dad laugh, and I was at, because of my name with A, I was always at the front of the classroom, so I was able to sort of turn around and.
Now you got another show just got picked up, American Documentary.
Yeah,
What
that's
is
something that Bill Hader and Seth and I are more producing. We just wanted to make a show that seemed like real documentaries, that didn't seem jokey. So something you'd watch and go like, I think this is real.
It's comedy.
I guess.
Will we laugh?
Yeah.
You're also the band leader on Late Night with Seth Meyers. How did that come about?
Lorne Michaels just asked me to do it. He just said, will you put a band together? And
Have you ever led a band before?
Not really, no.
How many pieces in the band?
5. Great, very talented people, and when I'm not there, it keeps going, and it sounds great. It's a
You
lot of fun.
started as a musician, right?
Yes, as a drummer.
Was the Blue Man Group fun?
That's where I learned about entertainment. That's where I learned a lesson of the fact that people want to be entertained.
And tell me about Lorne Michaels' situation. He hires everybody on Saturday Night Live, right?
Yes, he does.
He had to audition, right?
Yes.
Was that terrible? Was that tough? I mean, by terrible, I mean...
No, for me it was a dream because I had just come off being in Blue Man Group and being a drummer. So even being in that studio, because you do it at the studio, it just seemed like I couldn't believe it. I was in that studio. I was like, I can't believe I'm at Saturday Night. Even doing the audition was a high point for me.
Did he hire you right away?
Yes, but it took a couple of weeks to get it all going, to get the actual phone call.
And you, Carrie, were the guitarist for the seminal 90s rock band, Sleater-Kinney.
Yes.
There are rumors you might be getting back together. Will you tell us about it?
Well, I'm not sure if we're going to get back together or not. I'm busy, and...
Well, how close are you to getting back together?
How close? On like a percentage-wise, less than 50.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you like to create a band together?
We like playing music together. We like doing interstitial music for the show, and...
Did you mean you as well?
No,
all
you.
the 3 of us?
It almost sounded like you wanted us to join a band with you.
Yeah, I thought for that...
What would I do?
What
I
would
could
you-
sing.
Yeah. Guitar,
You play
drums.
guitar, you play drums. I would say.
This is what we
How
should do
about
on the show when you come
No
up.
piano, just a guitar, drums, and a singer.
I'm all for it. All for it. The answer is yes.
Pushing the envelope, no
Yeah.
piano.
What would we call it?
We would call it the LKBA
Whoa, that's
3.
LKBA3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could put it on IFC.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be all initials.
yeah,
And we'll put out an LP and a CD.
and an EP.
Yeah.
What is it like for an Easterner to work in the
Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest, the mountains near Alaska?
I grew up on Long Island mostly, and for some reason it makes perfect sense. I'm very much at home. I'm very much at home there because it's very like, picture Forest Hills. You know Forest Hills, Queens?
Very well.
It's like that, but maybe a little more spread out. But it has some of the same feel as Forest Hills.
Queens Boulevard.
Maybe not so much Queens Boulevard. Maybe near the tennis center. You know, where there's sort of older, sort of
Forest Hills Jewish Center.
Yes, the European-looking buildings around there. Not exactly, but it's the same sort of lots of trees.
What was Seattle like to grow up? Rainy.
Rainy. It was quieter back then. I mean, I was in the suburbs. It was before Microsoft came in. It was very rural outside Seattle. And Seattle just felt like a really small city then. It was, you know, Boeing was the big industry there. It was before tech.
Why did you love that band so much?
They meant
You
the
had
world
a
to me.
picture. Why?
I had, in my SNL office, I had one poster, and that was of them. One poster. Nothing else. They really changed my life.
What a story.
There's a point in time where it was pretty much all I listened to, and I'd listen to whole albums all the way through.
Over Sinatra.
Over Sinatra.
It's a strange choice.
Temporarily.
Carrie and Fred on their fame and what inspires them. Stay with us. We're back with the stars of Portlandia. They are Carrie Brownstein and Fred Armisen. Both had careers before comedy. When did you know you were famous?
Wow. I think one time I was getting directions. There was construction on the freeway. I was in LA. And I was very frustrated. I was looking for an on-ramp. I could not find one. So I pulled onto the on-ramp, and this cop was like, "You can't go here." And I said, "I just want to ask you where the next on-ramp is." And he said, "Hey, you're from Portlandia." And I just thought, oh my God, this cop in LA knows me. And then, I mean, he still made me go to the next on-ramp, but.
Do you live in Portland now?
Yeah, half the time. In New York, some of the time.
Do you have a steady boyfriend?
Nope.
None.
Nope. I don't.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I'm single.
So wait a second. You're both single.
Yeah.
You both get along great. You love her music. You love his comedy.
But we have such a great thing. We see each other all the time. We get to work together, and this works. This friendship works.
So if she came home and said to you, not home, you're not living together, "Fred, I met this guy. I'm crazy about him," you'd be happy.
Yeah, I want her to be happy.
Would you be happy?
Carrie, I want you to be happy.
I want you to be happy.
I really, really do. And
I think they're faking it, folks.
Wow.
I think they're sleeping together. I think they're living together. I think this is a farce.
Yes.
But it works. In interviews, it works. It's nice. The friendship, baloney, you're obviously attracted to each other. You have a great feeling. If she told you she met a guy, you'd kill her. Who makes you laugh, Fred?
Patton Oswalt, Paul F. Tompkins, Andy Samberg, Kristen Wiig, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Carrie.
Where are women in comedy today? Much more prominent than they were years ago.
They're everywhere. They're ubiquitous, and they're,
For a long time, they were nowhere.
well, they were
There were
less-
how many female comedians were there?
Yeah, certainly less than there are now, but now it just feels dominant and awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
How do you look at your careers? You know, you've got all this good. You had the famous guitar, you had the band, now you got Portlandia, you're young, you got Saturday Night Live, and now you got Seth Meyers and your Blue Man Group. How do we focus on you two? Where are you? How do you see yourself? Who
First
is
of all,
Fred Armisen?
I feel lucky. I feel very fortunate. And Portlandia is our baby. It's the thing that I love the most. It's the thing I feel best about in my whole life.
Really?
Absolutely. It's everything that I love put together. That I couldn't have dreamt of something coming together like that.
What about you?
I feel the same way. I mean, I like to be, I think especially if you've been known for something in the past, even something you're so proud of, even something that informs the current version of yourself, it's nice to be viewed by what you're doing now. You know, it's not by something you used to do. And I think we're both very proud that people know us from Portlandia right now. That feels great because it's something we're really excited about.
And it started so small. You know, IFC is not a huge channel, it's not on some big network. And to see families come up to us and say something nice about Portlandia, that will always blow me away.
What do you do in the winter?
Well, I've been working.
Because he's working, right?
He's working, I'm working. I've been writing a book. I've been playing some music. And yeah, we rarely have any free time, either of us.
Do you see each other in the winter?
Yeah, well, usually we have to promote Portlandia in the winter, and then we're friends anyway. We make time for ourselves.
She lives in Portland, you live in New York.
Yeah, but we put in lots of airline
He has a
miles.
place in Portland. And I sort of,
Come on, you two are a couple. Come on, stop this, stop this.
I'm enjoying this.
I am too.
It's hard to, don't you love him?
Of course. I love him. I love you. You knew that, though.
I love you.
I think we're making news here tonight. I think it's fun. Come on.
No.
Okay. Where do you want to go with your life, Fred? Do you want to do movies?
I want to do everything. I want to keep going. I want to keep making things for as long as I can.
Do you ever do stand-up?
Yeah. And usually it's just talking about music or some characters and stuff, but I do stand up still.
You like being characters, though.
I think so. I think so. It suits me. I'm not good at, you know, the sort of regular joke telling. There's
Is
people who
there
are better.
someone you've tried to imitate that you can't get?
I tried Howard Stern once, and I don't think it sounded right. There were many. There were many that never saw the light of day on SNL, where I tried and it just didn't really work.
Some people are hard to do. Older movie stars were easier to do than current ones.
Yeah, a lot of little nuances, and it's hard.
More persona-based.
Yeah, but luckily on SNL there were other actors, and then they could do.
What do you want to do more in your life, Carrie?
I'd like to do more writing. I'd like to develop other TV shows. You know,
What's your book about?
it's mostly a memoir.
How old are you to have a memoir?
In my 30s. It's the first part.
A memoir in your 30s? I have ties older than you.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a lot in there. She crammed a lot of.
They should write a memoir, one of your ties.
When you plotted out, all right, you get to Portland. What have you plotted out? It's June. When do you arrive there to start shooting?
We start writing in May or June, and then we have very traditional work days. We go in the mornings, write all day.
All in Portland.
Yeah, sometimes in Los Angeles a little bit. And then we have a bulletin board, and we have sketch ideas, and we either throw them in the garbage or leave them up if they have some potential. Send it off to the production department to get it all ready, and around July or August we start shooting.
We'll be right back with more of our fantastic guests. The show is Portlandia. We'll find out lots of things. For example, will Carrie teach me the key to slam poetry? That's next. We're back with the stars of Portlandia on IFC. They are Carrie Brownstein and Fred Armisen. Is it true you have a talent for slam poetry?
Well, I don't know if I'd call it a talent, but I do joke around with some slam poetry. Not that I think that the genre is.
What is slam poetry?
Well, from what I can tell, slam poetry is a subgenre of poetry. It's a percussive, oral delivery.
Give me an example.
Give you an example? Okay.
I'll do some bunk. What should I do?
Okay, yeah, some too. Okay. Black table, circle, the void of your heart, going deeper into the darkness, microphone to the sky, up there, some sun, some moon, some blackness, like this heart, like this foot, like my mind. There I go into the spiral, and here we are, back at the table.
Heavy stuff.
All I need to do is go into a bar in San Francisco. I don't do it for real. How did you know that? How do you know that I joke around with my friends like that? You have some
Someone
serious...
tipped me. What's the strangest job you've ever had in your life?
I had to leave passes for a nightclub. We had to go around town with bags of these passes for a nightclub and leave them places. So at a bank, at a store, little stacks of passes for a club. Why? Who would ever use them?
What was your strangest job?
I did food, like lunch delivery to office buildings, where I would just show up in my car and wheel a little cooler into the lobby And then the receptionist would say over the PA system,
Seattle?
yeah, in Redmond, it's a suburb, and she would say, "Deli girls here," and then people would come out.
When was this?
Before college.
You didn't know this.
I didn't know. This is brand new to me.
We have some social media questions for this two love pair. At Jacqueline Smith L tweets, does it always being around each other affect your on-air dynamic? Good question.
I think it improves it in a lot of ways. Don't you?
Definitely. I think there's just we get a lot out of the way because we hang out together all the time. We can actually get to the actual work of doing a sketch.
At Clem1978, what's your favorite character on the show?
I really like Tony of the Feminist Bookstore character.
We do this feminist bookstore, and I would say the same. Yeah, the feminist bookstore ladies, Candace and Tony.
Dazik R via Instagram, if you had to choose another city to make a sketch comedy show based on, where would it be?
Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting
Pittsburgh's
place.
funny.
Yeah.
Some cities by name are just funny.
Yeah.
Portland's funny.
Yeah.
Seattle ain't funny.
Right.
Pittsburgh's funny. Philadelphia ain't funny.
I agree.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something about consonants, like
I feel like Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce would do this. You know, what's funny, what's not funny. New York's funny, Montana ain't funny.
Yeah.
At Jacques via Twitter, does great art require great suffering? Whoa. Where'd that come from?
wow, that's a heavy one.
Not necessarily. I think you could find artists who did not necessarily suffer.
Kiri Yakakuma wants to know, what's a dream project of yours? Anything you want to do, you haven't done.
A movie? We haven't done a movie.
Yeah, movie, Portlandia movie,
Yeah,
or
movie.
movie with each other.
How about a
Great.
movie about Portland?
We would love to do that.
Full-length feature.
We would absolutely love to.
And finally, Fufkin, would you rather have a hand made of fresh ham or an armpit that dispenses sunscreen?
Oh, the
Where
latter.
the hell does that come from?
I think the latter for sure. I mean, I would want sunscreen. I don't care where it's coming from.
Plus, it could turn it into a business.
We play a game of If You Only Knew.
Okay.
Remember the first boy you ever kissed?
Yeah, Josh.
Josh, how old were you?
I was in 6th grade.
You remember whatever happened to Josh?
Well, he was mad because I wouldn't French kiss him. So
6th grade.
yeah, exactly. Exactly,
First girl
Josh.
you ever kissed, Fred?
Mary Moran.
Mary Moran.
Oh, you
Where
knew the
was-
last name too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, where
And-
was that?
This is in Valley Stream, New York. She was in the same grade as me. I think we must have been in 7th grade, and was it 7th or 8th grade? And she was much bigger than me, much taller, and she had very red hair and very, very white skin.
You ever wonder what happened to her?
I often wonder. I really do.
Me too.
All right, Carrie, what makes Fred laugh every time?
Me screaming.
Fred, is something Carrie can't stand.
The cold, when it's cold. She,
Carrie, what would Fred prefer, time travel or space travel?
Time travel.
Agreed?
she's right. Space travel, I'm not interested.
Me too. I would want to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Looks great.
But time travel,
Yeah.
that'd be interesting. Fred, what's a food Carrie can't live without?
Coffee, definitely. I'm gonna say that's food.
Carrie, what's a hidden talent of Fred's?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say
Come on, Carrie.
singing.
You sing?
I guess.
Give Carrie a superlative.
This is something, this is related to the thing of a hidden talent. She knows everything about early 60s girl groups.
That's not true, I don't think.
She knows all their names. She knows, I'm telling you, we sat at this diner once, and these songs kept coming on, and she knew every single artist. The Shirelles, and she knows them all.
I don't. I was getting lucky. There was just one jukebox. It was as if I had programmed it
No,
myself.
the names that she came up with were,
Don't deny a talent.
Okay.
Is there a phrase Fred overuses, Carrie?
Fred goes in phases with overuse. And
Like?
right now, his phase is to make a joke about turning something masculine, a name masculine, by adding an O at the end.
Like, what do you mean?
Like,
Caro Brownstino for a boy's name.
yeah.
Or if you were a female name, maybe Larry Akinga.
I see.
He loves doing it.
I'm still riding that wave. But as
Fred,
far as superlatives, I will say that Carrie's my favorite person ever.
what is Carrie's most endearing quality?
She, the love for her dogs is something that's it's really a great thing to see.
What is his most endearing quality?
His optimism and his generosity. Those are two things, but they're part
Tell me, Fred, tell me something no one knows about you.
I love swimming. I don't do it enough. I wish I did it more.
You're a
but
good swimmer.
I just love doing it. I love swimming.
You ever competitively swim?
Never did.
Carrie, what's something we don't know about you?
I love eating in my car. Like, I think the best restaurant is my car.
You drive with one hand and eat food?
Or I like to get food, drive somewhere, park, and eat it.
We've learned so much about the two of you.
Yeah, yes, we did.
Yes.
I want to thank my guests, Carrie Brownstein and Fred Armisen. They star in Portlandia. It airs Thursdays at 10 Eastern, 9 Central on IFC. And you can find me on Twitter at King's Things. And I'll see you next time. And you're great.
That was great, Lanny. Thank
Yeah.
you very, very much.
That was awesome.
Guys.